Hey, what's up you guys, Super Ray Dizzle here, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I thought I'd show you guys my art supply collection. Sorry for all the weird lighting, as you guys can see by all the McNugget boxes, I'm actually moving this week. But as soon as I move back, we are going to be going ham, and I'm going to be producing a video every 3 to 4 days, so get ready for that. And real quick before we start, I'd like to give a shout out to my friends down at the Drawing Amino app. As you guys know, I am extremely picky when it comes to sponsoring and partnering up with people, especially if I'm going to be showing it to you guys, but I found an app that I think is really cool, and that is the Amino Drawing app. So the Amino Drawing app is an art community, but the thing that really stood out to me is that anybody of any skill level can get their art shown. It truly is a community where you guys can go and share your artwork. Plus there's other stuff you can do, like you can enter drawing challenges, there's a bunch of like tests and quizzes that you guys can take, there's polls, you guys can follow other artists and talk to other artists, DM other artists, it's really interesting. So, my name is Super Ray Dizzle on the app. As you guys just saw some of my previous posts and profiles, you can find me there. And shout out to a lot of you who have already found me on there. Y'all guys know what's up. So if you have a smartphone or a tablet or anything that gets apps, I highly recommend going to check out Amino, especially if you are interested in the arts. Alright, cool. So back to the supplies. I do have a lot that I want to show you, so I'm just going to be showing you guys the highlights of the supplies, starting off with my awesome trash can. If I don't break it first. These are my favorite Prismacolors that I use all the time. These are the ones that I reach for most often. These are my OG favorite Ride or Die Prismacolored pencils. These are a mix of the primary, secondary, and skin tones. So I use those bad boys more than any of the other ones. Which coincidentally brings me to my next point, and these are all the Prismas that I don't use as often. So just as a pro tip, that little black thing that comes in there, I like to take it out, that way there's so much more space for activities! You'll notice there's a lot of oranges, greens, browns, colors that I don't really use that much. There's also some duplicates in this one, so it's mainly just like a storage of spare Prismas. And you guys know, I'm not bragging or anything, it's just what I have. Anyway, next up we have my Crayola colored pencils. I didn't record too much of this, so that's why it's in slow-mo, because I feel like everybody knows what's up with the Crayola. Next up, I have even more colored pencils. What a surprise. These are a bunch of different brands, mostly the brand Sargent, which I got at Hobby Lobby. They have a 144 pack, I believe. I'll link it down below. And it's just, they're so good. They're so cheap as well. I use these a lot whenever I'm just practicing or I want my texture to be really waxy. I guess it just kind of depends what I'm in the mood for, because every single colored pencil brand gives you something different. Next up, we have the Artify watercolor colored pencils. Now these are so good, especially if you really care about blending like I do, because all you have to do is just melt it down just the slightest bit and you have a nice blend. I don't know how much these cost because I did get them as a gift last year from my brother who recently passed away, so these have a lot of sentimental value to them, plus they're just absolutely incredible. And next up, coming in hot, we have my pencils. Mass majority of these are HB number 2 regular pencils. Some are mechanical that I use in my videos. I think you guys know which ones. Some are from pencil sets, so there's like different strengths and hardnesses and things like that. Some are from like local businesses. You know, whenever local businesses give you like pencils and stuff, I always keep those. So I do have a lot, but you can never go wrong with pencils. Next up, we have my charcoal bag, and this has to be in a plastic bag because if it's in a cloth bag, it'll get really dirty really quick. So in this bag, I have some Vine charcoal. All the orange pencils are General's brand charcoal. I have some white charcoal. I have charcoal in different strengths and hardnesses. I have some Conte and some random graphite sticks in here, but the crown jewel of this is definitely the Kimberly brand charcoal pencil. It is the blackest pencil that I have ever found to date. So I'll link it down below if you're ever interested in using it, not sponsored. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up for my charcoal bag. The next boy in the band, we have some pens, which are labeled markers. Don't ask me or question me. I'm not too into pen work. I have done it in the past. I'll have a lot of Bic pens, which are really great for shading. I do have a lot of gel pens, specifically the Pilot G2, which is such a good pen. Get it at Walmart. I have a whole video about it, actually. So next up, we have my main pencil bag. Now this pencil bag, every single time I do art, something in here is going to be used. This is all of my main stuff, and I actually have a whole video about this bag specifically. So I have my pencil sharpener. I have some white acrylic for layering highlights. This is just like a cheap Walmart brand. I have a Payne's Gray, and we got a really small brush that I like to use for pretty much applying paint whenever I need highlights. I have some more blending tools. This one's brand new. I don't think I've ever used it before. And I have some tape, because I always need tape because I'm always tearing things. I have some random gel pens. I got these at Dollar Tree actually, and they're pretty good. I use them often for signing things, so that's fun. Now we're gonna look at my paintbrush box. In this box, I have all kinds of different brushes, some that I clearly have not used yet. Most of these brushes are used for oil painting, which I haven't done in a really long time. This brush right here is my very first expensive brush. I think it cost about maybe $10, $15. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I've had it for over a decade now, and it still works just as good as it did in the beginning. This brush right here is another really good one. This is pretty much like my one and done brush for oil painting. It is an oval mop brush from Master's Touch. Again, got it at Hobby Lobby. And you can never go wrong with some detail brushes. Every single one of these does a different task, but they're all really good. The next thing that might catch your eye when you're looking at my paint box are these two pencils. Now, I love these weird shaped things to death, but I can never find any other ones. Whenever I do find them, I jump at the opportunity. If anybody has any spare ones that they would like to send my way, I'm opening up a P.O. box. But yeah, I really like those. And I think that does it for this box. Next up, we have my other paint box. First thing you'll see are some mixing plates to mix my oil and or acrylic. We have some markers, which I use a lot on this YouTube channel. Next up in the game, we got some Reeves watercolor paint from Hobby Lobby, but it's pretty much the only craft store that's around me. It's about $8 and it's pretty good. I would suggest it if you were a starter. Instead of a junk drawer, I have a junk bag. This actually is just a bunch of junk that I keep. So I have like a stabber. Just kidding. That's actually a razor to cut paper with. I have some erasers. We got more erasers because you can never have too many erasers. Just like a bunch of random stuff in here that, you know, I might need later on, but I don't want to have it in my nice bag, so it's just gonna kind of go in there. You guys know, I feel like everybody has a little junk drawer, junk bag or something. Next up, we have actual sponges from the ocean, and these are really great for picking up paint, specifically watercolor. You just dip it in there and boom, got yourself a nice little sponge. Plus it creates a really cool texture. And this bag is, what is this bag? Oh, this is my pastel bag, chalk pastel, and I have a few oil pastels, but I don't really use them anymore because they are so dirty. I feel like they just spread everywhere. Even just touching it, I got it all over my hands. So I have some pastels. Alright, what else do we have? Next up, I'm going to be showing you my picture hook frame kit thing. So basically, when I was contracted into a gallery, we were required to frame our own pictures. So that's what I had to do. I have another junk bag just full of stuff. I have a taser just in case somebody wants to try to mess with me. And I have some white acrylic. You can never go wrong with that. I feel like you always need some white acrylic around. Just some random tools. Let me tell you about this sucker right here. This is a Prismacolor blender and it is awful. I absolutely hate it. I don't even know why I have it. I think I just have it to hate it. But it doesn't blend well. It blends really streaky. It makes the paper look weird and shiny. You can't layer on top of it, and it's just the worst thing I've ever bought as far as Prismacolor goes. But yeah, the rest are just like a bunch of random tools that I use. Don't need much explanation for those. Woo! Okay, we have officially finished the box. We are on the last one, and this is a giant box of acrylic and some other tools. So I think a cool way to end this video is to stop the voiceover and just show you guys the highlights of what's in here, so like all the cool stuff. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much again for watching my video, and I will see you soon.